Yeah, welcome to another episode of Dark Skies Podcast, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, from the Bay to LA. And tonight, we're talking Mandela-effect. Again? Yes, because as usual, there's more strangeness in the air. Froot Loops! What do you remember? Froot Loops or Froot Loops? Oh, man. It never ends. So we're going to talk a little bit about Froot Loops and what do you remember? Oh, God. It just keeps getting stranger. Thank you, Carl's Jr. Make yourselves comfortable. We'll be back in a few seconds. Oh, God. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? What a beautiful night to be reaching out. Got the Sky Watchers all checking in from all around the country on this beautiful, beautiful night. I want to say what's up to my friends on the East Coast. What's up, New York? My friends in Virginia. My friends over in Florida, Atlanta, Texas. All the way up to Canada and across the pond. All my friends in the UK, as well as France and Germany. Wow, that's a long list. It's getting longer and longer. What's up, Australia, China, Japan? I mean, I could just keep going. Luxembourg. It's beautiful how many people are chiming in and reaching out, because, dark skies, losing information. Try to make sense of the senseless in this strange reality that we call life. Oh, man, things have been crazy. And we've taken time out to cover the Mandela effect in hopes to better understand the nature of, the world and the world around us. Now, I spend so much time trying to reach out to people just to let them know that, things are strange, man. And trying to make sense of it is just becoming more and more difficult. But, we take the challenge. So, in taking that challenge, let's get the introductions out the way. I'm your host, LC Grace. We got Mike and Ike's in the building. We got Jim. We got Jennifer. We got Becky. We got Charles. We got everybody working hard, going deep into the night. So, strap yourself in. I mean, we're finna tell you a story. And I do want to tell you a story. I want to start off with saying, earlier, I was working on the show, doing our research. And, yeah, we got some more stuff coming up. And, God, we've been working hard, to try to, bring out as much information as possible because there's so much stuff to cover and it's painstaking to try to, gather all this information, assimilate it, try to make sense of it, then regurgitate it. Oh, man, but I was looking at my lunch options today and went out to grab something and, on break time, as we prepare for the late night show because this is the time where we can get more hours in, for the podcast. And, we can actually bring you information that we've been able to gather. Now, it's funny because I stopped down to grab me a burger. I stopped at Carl's Jr. And right there in the display case, I saw amongst the desserts, cookies and whatnot, mini donuts. Now, I've seen mini donuts before, so, this is no surprise to me. But these mini donuts were special because they were Froot Loop mini donuts. Now, I've never seen Froot Loop mini donuts, but that, wasn't the surprise. The surprise was looking at, the Froot Loop logo, the mini donut box inside the display case on the counter at Carl's Jr.'s. Now, I know you're thinking, what do you mean, LC? It's just mini donuts. It's a box, But I'm like, look at the box. Look at Froot Loops. Look at the way Froot Loops is spelled. It just blows me away when I see this and, I bring it to the attention of the cashier. I got the Froot Loops now. And yeah, we got Froot Loops and mini donuts and it's fine. But, it just went into the whole spree. That's fine, But I'm not concerned about that. The part I'm concerned about is, Froot Loops is spelled wrong. And, he looked at it like, oh, wow, I never really noticed that. Wow. And I'm like, when did they change that? He's like, well, these donuts just came out. It's probably new donuts and, new Froot Loops. And one of the other customers looked at him like, wow, I never really noticed that either. Enlightened. I'm like the light in the room and I'm lighting up these donuts. I'm telling people, like, look at the Froot Loops, the logo. And like, do you remember that? The guy behind the counter, didn't remember it, and the other, man in line, was looking at it closely. And like, I never really ate Froot Loops, but I do. I'm familiar with the logo, and wow, I don't understand why they would have, double O's at the bottom on the loop, double O's at the top on fruit. And I was like, yeah, it seems kind of strange. Don't seem right. Not in my memory. That's not how I remember it. So, I get my burger, of course. I take a picture, though, of these mini donuts. Because I wanted to, use the picture later on in a podcast that we were setting up for tonight, on the Mandela-effect. And, I decided the first little segment was going to be on Froot Loops. And what do you remember? Do you remember the spelling? This version. The F-R-O-O-T. And it's crazy because I was trying to put it in, as I was typing. And it's crazy because every time, I try to type something, you get the, the spell assist. And, I would get the spell assist and it would help me, finish out the word, and I started to spell the word F-R-O-O-T. And, it's like my phone was like, what the hell are you trying to spell? It was trying to change me to all kinds of crap, like, and finally, I had to force it, I'm telling you to put F-R-O-O-T. And then, I select actually that, no, I say no to all the other options. And it's crazy because, after that, I push the, selection button and its space is over and I can start the next word. And before its space is over, it gives me the little arrow pointed back to the word F-R-O-O-T. And I guess it asks me, do I want to save this new word? I guess. Am I going to be using this word in the future? I guess because this is not a word that's, in my phone or in the memory or the library of my phone. And it's weird because, you know, like all kinds of stuff, you know, I can type in, you know, Nipsey and Nipsey will spell out, you know, or I can type in, you know, all kinds of stuff and it'll finish spelling it out. And it's like, it just wouldn't do that though. You know, I thought that was strange, you know, just in the spell correct or the little spell helper. And most of the time it gets in the way. It helps you misspell shit. But it's funny because, you know, it wouldn't spell fruit or Froot or however the hell you would pronounce F-R-O-O-T. I mean, it's never been a word. So, you know, it's like F, a combination of F and root. F and root. You know, so I guess they say that's close enough to root. Fruit. I am fruit. It's crazy, man. But I talk to people all the time, like, you know, what do you remember? And it's crazy how many people, you know, share my memory. You know, share my theories when it comes to this. Like, man, you know, this is not right. This is different. Now, is it their changing or is it just reality change, or is it me changing, or what the hell's going on? Something changing because I don't remember this. But it makes me, you know, feel better when others are, you know, similar in these thoughts, following the same path of thinking. Like, I see this, but it don't make sense. Like, what's really going on? Well, one never knows. But I ask you, what do you remember? When you see these mini donuts, you see the Froot Loop logo. You know, does it remind you of the Froot Loops you grew up with as a child? You know, pouring the Froot Loops in your bowl. Digging in a box trying to find the changing color spoon. Or trying to find the whatever their character is, you know, this month. You know, the little hidden toy. Usually at the bottom of the box. You know, you can get all kinds of stuff, right? Remember all the little things that used to be in the cereal boxes? Because that's why we remember cereal as kids. We liked eating them, but the most special part of cereal, I remember opening cereal boxes and not even pouring a bowl first, but digging inside the cereal. Because remember, they used to put the price inside. And I guess they got tired of the kids digging all the way inside, so they started putting it like outside the bag, but inside the box. I remember all of that, you know, because, you know, cereal is a part of my everyday life. I grew up with cereal. Even when I wasn't at home, you know, we had cereal at school. Minus the prize, you know, it being a little small bowl where you tear off the paper top. And even then, no Froot Loops. You know, until, you know, the switch or whatever. Now, you know, it says Froot Loops and, you know, I don't know. It's strange. Because I don't remember when the change happened. Really. I have to be honest with you. I don't remember when it used to, I remember it saying Froot Loops and now I see it saying Froot Loops, but I can't tell you when it happened. But I can't tell you that it happened because I have visual memory of Froot Loops. Yeah, how come it ain't Fruity Pebbles? I don't know, man. I'm just looking at it and it just looks strange. It looks weird. It looks like too many O's. You know, two was enough. You know, spelled properly. You know, they're spelling it correctly now. Just looks like bad grammar. Where are the English at on this? Come on, UK. What do you think? Is this the correct spelling? Is this how y'all would have, you know, made Froot Loops? We dumb Americans and can't spell. It's incredible, man, because I'm looking at it and I'm just saying that, you know, who could have okayed this? You know, how did this, you know, get past, you know, management? You know, the executives. You know, the cutting room floor. You know, when somebody said, you know what? Maybe we should spell fruit. Somebody in that room should have been like, man, sit down. We selling Froot Loops. It needs to say fruit. You're selling cereal to billions of people, and you don't want to confuse people. And this is just confusing. So, no, it's going to say fruit. Now, sit down, we're not going to go with the F-R-O-O-T. That don't make sense, sir. Now, next idea. What type of candy or what type of toy will we be putting in this month? Who okayed this? Like, yeah, that's a great idea. F-R-O-O-T. You can add 2 extra O's. That'll be 4 O's. It'll look like cereal. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to make sense of a senseless situation. I mean, this is the Mandela-effect, right? It's crazy. It's strange. But we talk about it all the time, pointing things out, trying to tell people that maybe you need to pay a little bit more attention. You pour a whole bowl of this crap and not even know. You can eat all 5 of these donuts. 5 donuts in this little box. Who knew? But you can eat these donuts and never even think, hey, Froot Loops was wrong. Or do that look right to you? I mean, you could have been born and raised, and this is a part of your existence. This is your reality. This is your Froot Loops. Looks perfectly fine to you. Hey, I've been eating Froot Loops all my life. Ain't never seen Froot Loops. Like, what the hell? I'm like, that don't make no sense. Even if you've been eating Froot Loops all your life, you should have looked at the box and like, what are they selling me? What is this? What is this? Artificial fruit. You're the only one banging fruit. There ain't no other, no other. You can't go to the store and buy, fruit. You can't buy no fruit juice. When the last time you had a cup of fruit juice? It sounds disgusting. Oh, man. You got a cup of 100% fruit juice? Like, man, I ain't got 1% fruit juice. Like, the hell out of here. What is that? Like, we got some fruit juice. Like, we got apple juice. We got orange juice. Got some grape juice. Like, what do you want? Like, nah, I want some fruit juice. Oh, man, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably not even pronouncing it correct. How would you pronounce that? I mean, somebody need to help me. Like fruit. Oh, God. Is it me? Or is it you? Or is it us? Because I don't know, man, because I'm staring at it and I'm looking at it and it's just not making sense. So I'm in here talking to my team and I'm like, oh, God, this is one other thing that we have to deal with. Because we talk about the Mandela effect all the time. We tell people, oh, man, these reality switches, it's not just affecting one thing. I can't just focus in on one thing. Like, I'm talking to you about the world map. I'm trying to talk to you about the world map, and I can't even eat a bowl of cereal, because dang it, Froot Loops. There's always something. Go buy me a candy bar and a Kit Kat. It's just, man, it just doesn't stop. So it forces me, to add to the catalog. The catalog of questions. Like, what is this and why is this? And is this really necessary? Who okayed this? And am I ignoring all these warning signs? Am I ignoring warning signs? I'm pointing them out. Well, am I ignoring them? What can be ominous about fruit? I don't know. There gotta be something. Because, this is dark skies. And, we look for strangeness, and it's not hard to find here. It seems to be everywhere. Just oozing out every pore. You walk through the grocery store, and you're like, just don't make no sense. I'm looking at products that I thought to be familiar. Subtle changes. So I continue to talk to you, continue to point them out, continue to try to bring these things to your attention, to try to help you. And at the same time, help myself, because, my mind has been bedazzled by so many different mysteries, and it's hard because we don't come to no conclusions. We tackle the subject, bring it to your attention. Because like I said, I'm regurgitating information. This is the regurgitation of information. We've discussed this. It's been discussed. But, we revisit. Because we've not come to no consensus. We've not come to no conclusions. We've not been properly discussed. Even on Twitter, I reach out, President Trump, look into this. I don't give a damn. Congress, look into this. Quit wasting time. Quit bothering Trump. Look into this. UK, look into this. China, please, look into this. Russia, look into this. Hackers, look into this. I don't give a damn. Everybody on earth, look into this. It's ridiculous. It should be more than just a few of us, studying this. Too big of a subject for just a few people to handle. I mean, this is a worldwide, this is all of our responsibility. The weight of the world is on our shoulders. You say the weight of the world? Hell yeah. If these are true reality switches and things are really changing and there's really effects like this, these are historic, astronomical, biblical, what the fuck? I don't even know how to categorize this because it touches every aspect of reality and existence. But then, you pointed out each one, look, the human body's different. Look, reality's different. Look, your damn cereal is different. The Bible's different. So yeah, I can say biblical. Everything's changed. But why? We haven't come to no consensus. We've come to no conclusions. None of these questions have been answered. We sparked discussion, yet, the discussion died down. Just like the Froot Loop conversation and Carl's Jr. It sparks a thought in people's mind. They probably think about it later like, dang, this is strange, that Froot Loop. But that's just Froot Loops to them. Oh, would their mind be blown if they knew it was much bigger than just the Froot Loops? If it was much bigger than the many donuts that stare before you, nestled in their display case. Wow. Could be so much more. And it's funny because I'm talking to y'all tonight about the Mandela-effect, and we continue to get our visits from our black helicopter. Often follows us and keeps a close eye on us. Is that our United States government? Who knows? But thank you for looking out for us. And don't spray us with none of your electronic warfare type crap. Because we don't want to be knocked off the air. We're trying to reach out to folks. We're trying to let people know the truth. And Mikey always looking up. This is the third time we've seen our black helicopter in the 11 o'clock hour here on the West Coast. Getting ready to cross over into a new day. And we got so much more to come. So what we're going to do is we're going to end this segment. Relax. Get the coffee pots going as we get ready to go deep into the night. We have so much more to tell you. But first segment, what do you remember? Is it Froot Loops? Is it Froot Loops? Is it crazy? I don't know. Does it make perfect sense? It's so hard, man, because we are trapped in an endless circle of conspiracy and strangeness. But it's up to us to answer our own questions. Why? Because no one is interested in answering, the hard questions. But we seek the truth. Truth seekers. So join us on this journey. A journey to find the truth. What is the Mandela-effect? And you can just hold up a box of Froot Loops and ask people, do you remember this? They might think you're crazy. But you know what? Maybe we are crazy. We're crazy for not being more into this, not tackling it and not taking it more seriously, ignoring the warning signs. Well, let the journey to begin. I'm your host, LC Grace. Mike and Ike's Jim, Jennifer, Becky, Charles. We're going deep into the night. Thank you for joining us. This is the end of this segment. Oh, trust me, there will be more. Tonight. God bless and Godspeed.